Welcome back to the channel everyone. Today we are diving into something that feels less like a normal car review and more like a rolling legend brought back to life. This is the 2026 Shelby Cobra 427, a modern interpretation of one of the most iconic American performance cars ever built. The Cobra name alone carries decades of racing heritage, raw V8 power, and that unmistakable silhouette that still turns heads faster than most modern supercars. This version blends old-school muscle with just enough modern refinement to make it usable today while staying true to the spirit that made the original famous. Let us start with the exterior, because this car does not whisper for attention, it demands it. The long sculpted hood immediately sets the tone, stretching forward with purpose and hinting at the massive engine sitting underneath. The wide fenders flare out aggressively, giving the car a planted stance that looks ready to pounce even when parked. The classic rounded nose, large grille opening, and simple yet menacing headlights keep the design honest and true to the original Cobra shape. Nothing here feels over-designed. Every curve exists for a reason, whether it is to manage airflow, cool the engine, or simply remind you that this car was born on the racetrack. Walking around the side, the proportions are unmistakable. The short wheelbase, low ride height, and muscular hips make the Cobra look compact but extremely powerful. Side exit exhaust pipes run along the lower edge, a signature Cobra detail that is as functional as it is dramatic. Those pipes are not just for show, and when the engine fires up, they make sure everyone within earshot knows exactly what kind of machine this is. The wheels are classic in style but updated in size and finish, filling the arches perfectly and giving the car a more modern, aggressive footprint. At the rear, the design stays clean and purposeful. Rounded tail lights, a subtle lip at the edge of the trunk, and a wide rear track give the Cobra a confident, muscular look. There is no giant spoiler or unnecessary aero trickery here. This car relies on balance, power, and driver skill rather than flashy add-ons. The paint options typically lean into heritage-inspired colors, deep blues, bright whites with racing stripes, and bold reds that look incredible under natural light. No matter the color, the Cobra has a presence that modern cars often struggle to achieve. Opening the door and stepping inside, the interior is a blend of classic simplicity and modern craftsmanship. This is not a luxury car in the traditional sense, and that is exactly the point. The cabin is tight, intimate, and focused entirely on the driving experience. High-quality leather covers the seats, door panels, and dash, often hand-stitched to give it a bespoke feel. The seats are low and supportive, holding you in place without feeling overly padded or soft. The dashboard layout is refreshingly straightforward. Analog gauges sit front and center, providing clear information on speed, engine revs, oil pressure, and temperature. Everything is easy to read at a glance, which matters when you are driving something this powerful. The steering wheel is simple, usually wrapped in leather or suede, with a thick rim that feels great in your hands. There is no clutter, no oversized screens dominating the cabin, just the essentials placed exactly where you expect them to be. That said, the 2026 interpretation does not completely ignore modern expectations. Depending on the configuration, you may find subtle upgrades like improved climate control, a discrete audio system, and modern wiring hidden beneath the classic design. These touches make the car far more livable without taking away from its raw personality. You still feel connected to the machine at all times, and every vibration, sound, and movement reminds you that this is a serious performance car. Now let us talk about the heart of the Cobra, the engine. This is where the legend truly comes alive. The 427 name is synonymous with big block V8 power, and the 2026 Shelby Cobra 427 stays true to that heritage. Under the hood sits a massive naturally aspirated V8 that prioritizes torque, throttle response, and an unforgettable soundtrack. Power figures can vary depending on the build, but you are typically looking at outputs well north of 500 horsepower, with some versions pushing even higher. The engine is paired with a manual transmission, because anything else would feel wrong in a car like this. Shifts are mechanical, direct, and engaging, demanding attention and rewarding skill. Press the throttle and the Cobra responds instantly, surging forward with an intensity that modern turbocharged cars often lack. There is no delay, no artificial sound enhancement, just pure V8 fury delivered straight to the rear wheels. Performance is, frankly, brutal in the best possible way. Acceleration is rapid and relentless, with the car feeling eager to break traction if you are not careful. 0 to 60 times are firmly in supercar territory, but numbers only tell part of the story. What really defines the Cobra is how it feels. The lightweight construction combined with massive power creates an experience that is raw, visceral, and deeply involving. Handling is sharp and responsive, especially considering the car's old-school roots. Modern suspension tuning and wider tires help keep things under control, but this is still a car that demands respect. It rewards smooth inputs and punishes mistakes, making every drive an event. Steering feedback is excellent, giving you a clear sense of what the front tires are doing at all times. Braking performance is strong as well, with modern brakes providing confidence even during aggressive driving. On the road, the Cobra is not about comfort or isolation. You feel the road surface, you hear the engine, and you smell fuel and rubber. Wind noise is present, especially at higher speeds, and the ride can be firm. But that is exactly what enthusiasts want from a car like this. It is an experience, not just transportation. Now let us talk about pricing, because this is where expectations need to be realistic. The 2026 Shelby Cobra 427 is not a mass-produced car, and it is not priced like one either. Depending on the builder, materials, engine specification, and level of customization, prices can vary significantly. Entry-level builds can start around the low six-figure mark, while fully optioned, high-performance versions can climb well beyond that. It is important to understand that you are not just paying for performance numbers. You are paying for craftsmanship, exclusivity, and a direct connection to automotive history. Each car is often built with a high level of attention to detail, and many owners choose to personalize their Cobra to reflect their own taste. Compared to modern supercars with similar performance, the Cobra can actually represent strong value, especially when you consider how unique and timeless it is. In the end, the 2026 Shelby Cobra 427 is not for everyone, and it is not trying to be. It is for drivers who crave authenticity, who value emotion over convenience, and who want a car that feels alive every time they turn the key. It delivers a driving experience that modern cars rarely offer, blending classic design with just enough modern engineering to make it usable today. If you are looking for a quiet, comfortable daily driver, this is not it. But if you want something that makes every drive memorable, something that connects you directly to the golden age of performance cars while still feeling relevant in 2026, the Shelby Cobra 427 is in a league of its own. Let me know what you think about this modern Cobra in the comments. Would you daily drive it, weekend warrior it, or keep it as a prized collectible? If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.